So no, I guess nobody will look anyways, but I will introduce myself, and it might not be great, but it's first time I'm doing this, and maybe I'll make a better introduction at some point if I ever get audience. So I'm going to make a presentation about who I am and why I created this channel and what I try to share with if I ever have an audience. So I'm from Romania. I'm this country. I was born in this place in south of Romania called Telorman, and later on I moved in Brasov where I stayed until about 24 years old. When and well, yeah, everyone knows. If anyone will see this, probably don't know much about Romania, but just a few things. This is country of Vlad the Impaler, the guy who became the icon for Dracula movies and all of the other uh, materials that were done about it. We had our last dictator Ceausescu, was quite an interesting figure in European history. We have probably not many people know this. Arin Kwanda is not just name of our airport. He is also the guy who came up with the he came up with the principle that led to the invention of jet engine. He also tried to make a jet engine. He failed, but his work was essential to create jet airplanes. And we also have quite a lot of hackers that have been causing quite a bit of trouble around the world. Now, as I said, I lived in Romania and Brașov until 24 years because for that I moved in Denmark, in Copenhagen, and I did education, and I also was looking for some more adventure in my life. And yeah, upside that, I was kind of like, well, always kind of bit struggling with loneliness in my life, but I did an education, computer science, and I ended up working as an Android developer. And I also tried a lot of things to improve myself to become more social and make some connections. I was going to using this app Meetup quite a lot to go to events in Copenhagen where I managed to engage with some people, and also went to this place called ICC Theater to do improvised comedy, which also helped me, and I also got to really enjoy that a lot. It's also one of the reasons why I'm trying to make my to share my project or what I'm doing, working on in a more funny way. Also, I'm traveling a lot, and also because in school I never really liked history, but as I started playing computer games with tanks and learn history from bands like Sabaton is that red flag there. Uh, I really got to love tanks. I got a fascination for tanks, and this when I went in Czech Republic to visit Prague, I went some place in the middle of nowhere to see this Russian tank IS-2. Uh, IS-2 named after Joseph Stalin. So also one of my favorite types of tanks in World of Tanks as a game. So yeah, things were going quite well, but kind of for a lot of the people, when coronavirus came in 2020, things didn't go too well, kind of went down. I was forced to do my work at home with lockdowns. I was quite, well, also got a bit depressed, and also maybe yeah, I was, yeah, didn't feel good at all. And I was like really struggling to look for a solution or something for changing my life. And in a way, I was even before that kind of thinking to make maybe a more meaningful change in my career path. And one thing that really came up by doing also talking to some other people, and was to remember that since childhood I like nature. So also, well, a lot of people like to play with dogs, but I always enjoyed going countryside. Even though I was doing my education in city, play with dog, look at cats, go around the forest to look at birds, and I also always really like fishing. I was spending weekends like 6 7 hours alone walking around the rivers in Romania to catch some tiny fish. But here when I moved in Denmark, also maybe until I managed to have some more social activity, I was going really a lot to fishing, and yeah, I got to. It was a really great experience fishing in Denmark. Caught nice fish, large fish. I also kind of got some point consistent. I really now since I'm doing this project of mine, I'm gonna talk about. I really planning to also go fishing more or do other things to engage with nature, and hopefully I'll be able to focus on that and also share with other people about my passion. And because of this, in a strange way, I got to pop up on the internet something called regenerative farming or permaculture. It's more like ways to grow food and also plants and animals around in any area, even city or urban environment, where take care of some aspects of the aspects of nature to keep them in harmony. Where you want to always cycle nutrients in soil, you build a healthy ecosystem. You don't need to use chemicals for farming, which is great for considering our environmental issues nowadays. And I was right away attracted to the lifestyle and mindset that people propose in these practices. And slowly, I started to see more nice videos on YouTube, learn about it. I said, well, if I like it, why not learn more about it? Maybe engage in it. Maybe I combine with my background as a software developer to do something meaningful about these practices. So also to help myself, in summer of 2020 in June, I went on a beautiful island in Denmark called Ero. It's quite a tiny island. It was something like, yeah, well, I'll probably talk more at some point, but um, it was like more like a permaculture homestead. There was a German woman with a Danish husband, was living in that area. She made this permaculture homestead more as a place to educate people about these practices, and she had quite a few animals and also a lot of plants kind of living in some sort of harmony. She even had some small fish ponds because, well, she had a lot of ducks. She had some small fish ponds also that had fish. Also, the ponds were good for ducks. And one most interesting for me was these alpacas. Was They were really beautiful. Also, really interesting animals in their behavior. It was quite strange. And yeah, this month really helped me after all of the. I was feeling really like shit after coronavirus lockdown, but this experience, I stayed for 1 month at this island. I was walking around to look at other animals. I was doing chores on this farm. I was also doing my job as a software developer, and it really helped my mindset to get feel better. And also doing exercise in mornings, and then I was also bathing in the seawater because there was seawater on. I could go both sides of islands in the island for to bathe in 5 minutes. And yeah, they found they had alpacas, but they also had some really my probably my best buddies were during that experience were the sheep. They really love petting, and when I started petting, is like a dog, but they are much more like slow and calm. That they really wanted petting. And there also these goats. These goats were like goats are really smart animals, but they're also kind of bit of assholes. They really wanted to steal food when as I was preparing to feed them. They really wanted to break into the storage for more food. And I had to separate these white ones from the black one, and it was a pain to do this when I was eating them. They were really smart, but they're really cunning animals. And then as I went back to Copenhagen. I was doing my work as a software developer. I still felt need to do something related to farming to learn more about this practice and maybe figure out what I could do. And I went close to Copenhagen. I found this farm using a platform where it was great because I was close to Copenhagen. I could do my work during the week, and in the weekend I was going to do volunteering at this farm. And this was yeah, really nice. They had uh, yeah, it was nice to experience like commercial farming experience where people actually sell their products. Also have a nice ecosystem and not what you see, well, what some of the food industry doesn't want to show you about what they do with the farming. And there are also, for me, also very important to see. Well, the one thing that really attracted me into regenerative farming, permaculture, was to see the fact that in ours we always get this image that animals are bad for the environment and cows are bad and should eat less meat. But the thing is, in these farming practices, I found that animals can be essential for building healthier ecosystems, actually help with deal with climate change. And the main reason is that animal consume very often byproducts from the plants and some foods we produce, and they also produce fertilizer, which is essential for getting a healthy ecosystem. On this farm is, for example, they have chicken, 3,000 chicken, and they produce a lot of eggs. They are all egg layers, and they live in an orchard with apple trees, plum trees, cherry trees, and also plant some native trees to create a more healthy ecosystem. And the cows in the winter stay in barn, and in the summer they go on pasture. And they do this a bit almost like regenerative grazing, so they are moved not every day, every year to another pasture to eat grass and fertilize the soil. But when they stay in barn, they accumulate the hay mixed with their manure. And this is just because the farm they grow about 150 types of vegetables, and this manure is essential to fertilize the vegetables. And as I, yeah, one of very rewarding things from this whole experience, I was getting to eat a lot of nice products from farmers, far superior to anything you find in supermarket. Even like the eggs, they're basically like the eggs from the my grandma's chicken. They're nowhere close to even organic eggs from supermarket. And I got to eat very good potatoes, a lot of vegetables, salads. I really loved the pumpkin season last year in autumn when there were these pumpkins that you could use either to eat as pie or as savory dish. And one of the most interesting was when last year this because I started going from April last so I actually started going this farm 2020 somewhere in November October. I went there 2020 until December, 2 weeks before Christmas. And last year I went there until 1 week before Christmas to do volunteering on last year I was going on Saturdays mostly. And last time, because they killed some of the, well, sacrificed some of the cows, I got a heart from one of the cows because well, of course, the cows are not really the main thing that they sell at the farm. They're more like to attract visitors who, and children who come to see and play with the cows. But the main reason for the cows there is to, well, I got this heart because I also always like to kind of eat organs or some more unusual parts of animals. And I cooked a soup. Here's some footage. Let me figure out. Yeah. Now I'm going to make a beef soup, and while I have many ingredients from supermarket like this oxtail and these vegetables and these other fixings that I'm gonna add later, because I want to do farm volunteering at Stanford Organic Farm on 18th of December 21. I got this beef heart and these other vegetables, some celery and parsnip that I'm going to add late in this soup to make it better. Now I'm going to make a beef soup. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I cook this soup. It's quite interesting. The beef, the heart was really tasty. I kind of feel like it would be better if you kind of boil it and then grill it, but it was still great in the soup, and it really feels nice comparison to red meat from supermarket. Has is darker and very flavorful. It's whole different thing, and yeah. So this was I actually got to cook with heart. So this was one I even made the post on Facebook where I said cooking with heart for real. And yeah, since I got these experiences, I understood a bit better how we could implement some of these practices to basically, let's say, replace some of our farming practices. I thought a lot how to kind of get people more involved in implementing this type of farming rather than what is nowadays as very people are very disconnected with farming, who growing food, with disconnected from nature. And I thought a lot about a lot of things. Like I tried to even thought about some software developer, more technical guy. I thought I even considered to look in blockchain to maybe thought I could make a currency to encourage more of these practices. But I wasn't really sure. I even took a course, online course on using Udemy and simply Solidity to program smart contracts, and it's an interesting experience. It got me to really understand what is blockchain behind what people only talk like NFTs and price of the blockchain. Because I think it has technology has great potential, but you, well, you need to understand how it works and how it could be used to do something really useful. And then I also thought a lot how to make an app. I thought to use and make an Android app. I was thinking to do a web app or using React or JavaScript. I even went to some business development activities. But the thing is, once I was not very sure what I want to implement, I really wanted to do think of doing stuff like as a business or something that can sustain myself. Also, figure out a way how to get more of this type of regenerative permaculture farming implemented so can help the environment also build healthier society. And as I thought, I really one thing is I really wanted to also express myself somehow, not just make a project and just to share from my passion. So in an interesting way, this is why I also uh, got this helmet, which I used in some videos I already made for YouTube and TikTok, and also some post on Twitter that I make also on Instagram. Um, I used to be a Tauren in World of Warcraft. One of my main favorite characters was a shaman, a Tauren shaman, a restoration shaman. I was majorly playing in a class spec as restoration, and the name of the shaman was Restorator. So this is this is why I also got this name, Nikolai the Restorator. I decided that so I also do comedy. I really wanted to make something a bit funny. I also do keep people about nature, and well as this shaman restorator, I was healing people and also keeping elements in balance in World of Warcraft. So I decided to kind of take this role in real life, and this is why I named Nikolai the Restorator or Restore Nikolai, depending on how I could fill the name in different games or platforms. And yeah, so basically the idea is as also as I thought more how I could share my vision to the internet. I thought I'll make mixture like short clips and informative videos for social media, where doing like quests in real life where I go out and do something related to sustainability, either grow food or maybe consume food in a way that's beneficial for the environment. I also learn about some practices from some other people. Hopefully, if I get some more interested in this approach of mine, and also for this I make for Instagram and Twitter, I always make some posts like more funny posts where I talk about my experiences. I also connect and share some other interesting info that I find relevant to my vision how things could do be. And for yeah, I also make Twitch streams and also for TikTok and YouTube I'll make a mixture of short videos that are more funny and also a bit longer videos that are more like maybe I'll cut some of the Twitch stream to make more like a informative video. And yeah, I also hope that maybe uh, if I get any interest in this, I'll even make interviews, maybe some podcasts, and also play some computer games because I play a lot of computer games a lot. So I'm trying this. Maybe not many people thought about this, but to make a mixture between gaming, teach people in gaming environment about sustainability, what I see about regenerative farming, and how to help the environment. Also outside of what is greenwashing, or what governments kind of push is still more control to kind of protect some interests of corporations. And now to give you an example of funny video that I made, and I'll show this.
Let's say you go into you can do this in a room. It's quite fun to do it just when you're sitting in a room, like a room, maybe your bedroom. You can sit there and just sort of meditate on it and think, okay, if I wanted to spend 10 minutes making this room better, what would I have to do? And you have to ask yourself that, right? It's not a command, it's like a genuine question. And things will pop out in the room that you like, there's a stack of papers over there that's kind of bugging you, and you know that maybe a little order there would be a good thing. And
So yeah, this is one example of funny video that I made. Yeah, and I also have this on on Twitter. I have this account, Restore Nicolae. If anyone feels like following, and also try to use doing Instagram profile. Yeah, I'm only just post pictures. I'm also not sure how to make a format because I kind of mainly use Twitter to share my experience. I also comment on things. I read more things on Twitter. Also click to follow things that are resonating with my views, and my this the mission vision of this project that I'm working on. And yeah, here because on Twitter is great that you can make more like story. On Instagram, I have to figure out better how to use it to make something because I just make separate pictures where I basically post the same things as I put in a Twitter thread, but I have to. I also don't really use Instagram much. I find Twitter much greater as a user experience for at least for what I like or resonates better with me. Yeah, I try Instagram a lot more to also figure out how to get find some interest in what I'm doing. Yeah, as I said, I'm also going to play some computer games. For sure, I'm right now I'm playing this a lot. Deep Rock Galactic is a. I actually am also go to play today after this stream, and yeah, it's interesting. I even met the develop. I saw the developers at event in Copenhagen where I think they're either Swedish or Danish. Um, they were presenting this game, and this is what got me interested in it. I really like it. I also started recently to play Path of Exile. I know the game is for a long time, but I just found recently and I got into this to play it, and I really like it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna play again because I like Diablo 2 a lot, and Path of Exile has a lot of that. I also tried a bit Valheim. I think this is great because it feels a bit like Minecraft, but kind of nicer and a bit like Minecraft mixed with Skyrim. I liked it. I feel it's a bit slow for. I kind of like when it's a bit more fast-paced game, but maybe I'll try that. It could also be useful to explain through gaming some of my approach to sustainability. Yeah, and also one important reason why I'm doing this like mixture of gaming and trying to convey my work, my project, my vision in gaming environment is because I'm myself struggling to find the balance between my life between engaging in nature activities and also play computer games. This is what why because I feel like well nowadays society go too much in this virtual environment or digital space. Either use social media or gaming watch videos, streamers. It's also coming virtual reality like Meta. So I think it's essential for us all society to make balance between engaging with our nature or life, planet, which is beautiful. There's a lot of things you can explore and see. Also, still engaging what is nice about digital space, and yeah, this is why I thought it would be great to start to convey to space. Also, try to build a community around my work and what I try to do because I think to actually help nature, you need a community, and I think to make it gamified and be could become something nice. Yeah. So now this was my introduction. I if anyone will actually uh, look at this, I'll now I'm gonna start playing something. I'm probably not gonna speak much from now on. So yeah, I'll do some deep rock galactic. I have some quest mission to finish here, and I'll probably do that. And then I'm also curious how this stream will come out because I made one test stream that wasn't too great.
Oh man, it got really late yesterday.